Hi guys, so November is Men's Mental Health Month. So I went around interviewing some men about how their experience has been with mental health, what kind of barriers they've faced, and what are the best benefits that they have received from talking about their mental health and really bettering themselves. So I hope you guys enjoy.
Hi, my name is RJ Bella. I'm 37 and from Kansas City, Missouri.
My name is Moritz. Predominantly grew up in Southern California, but have spent time in a lot of different places.
I'm Nick. I'm a senior college student, and I am from Newtown, Pennsylvania, which is about 40 minutes outside of Philadelphia.
As a man, what do you feel is the greatest barrier to seeking help?
I think the greatest barrier comes from the kind of the old school notion that a man is strong and provides for the family and is protective and well, times change, and I think when it comes to mental health and taking care of yourself, people are scared to talk about the difficulties of life. And as times change, I think people need to change their mindset in which it's okay to talk about when things aren't going so well.
I think societal norms is a big part of it. Growing up, I have a sister, so it was just my sister, myself, my mom, my dad, and I know a lot of the stuff for men growing up was sort of keeping emotions inside. Particularly for me, growing up in elementary school, a lot of my teachers were always like, "Oh, it's Happy Nick. He's always got a smile on his face." And it's not like there was anything going bad at the time because I was so young, but I never felt like I was able to really express any of my emotions because I had already had that label put on me that I was this happy-go-lucky kid where nothing was really wrong in his life. If there was something wrong, he'd show it. But I think societal norms is a big part of it because men are seen to be strong and not really as emotional as women, and that's just not true, especially in this time, because a lot of men are going through stuff and it's hard for us to express our emotions sometimes because we feel like we may be judged for it or seen as not manly, which I think just detracts everything that mental health is really for, and especially for finding help. It's hard because men don't feel like they are comfortable in those sort of spaces.
I think there is a perception still to this day that men aren't supposed to necessarily have feelings or emotions, or at least should subdue those. So I think that's probably, deeply ingrained in the mindset of men these days, that keep your mouth shut, keep your head down, do your work, get it done. But I do think that I think that there's more awareness around that now.
For sure.
That it's improving.
So what has been the greatest benefit that you have received from taking care of your mental health?
I would say the greatest benefit for me has been a lot more clarity as to kind of what's important in your life. Sometimes when we focus on other people and other things, we really do neglect like ourselves, and then when we realize we're neglecting ourselves and we need to be better towards ourselves, we kind of really prioritize like what's really important in life. So that's the biggest benefit for me.
I think the greatest benefit for me was just overall confidence. I think coming into college, I was expecting a lot, not just as a student, but also just as like society comes as a college student where you're getting more independency and you're trying to get new friends because you left that whole past life behind and it's sort of coming into something new. I think the confidence part of it for me was the biggest thing. Seeing a lot of other guys on campus that didn't look like me or that were working out, and through the first 2.5 to 3 years of college, I was not working out. Like, I was still playing sports, but I was not at the point where I was happy with my body. And I think now being able to work out and pretty much release every part of stress and feel like I'm able to belong with the rest of the university and the community as a college student I think is a lot for me. And I think the clarity of there are places out there that will give you clarity and let you talk without being judged for being a man or being a college student even. Like, all of us have struggles, and whether or not we choose to speak about them is a big thing. And I think for me, my confidence has grown a lot from it, being able to talk to my loved ones, my parents, my friends, especially my girlfriend, because she's gone through a lot of anxiety and struggles, and being able to know that I am able to be comfortable and confident talking to her about it makes me comfortable in my own skin without me feeling like I need to be something more.
The benefit, partially through the process of having been a coach and coming up with some of the athletes that we've had, is raising my awareness to being better about it for myself, but also for everyone around, and being a huge advocate for it. So, because of my prior history growing up the way that I did, having a deeper understanding of what it is that I'm prioritizing, the mental health aspect of it is something that I'm trying to be better about for my own kids, for my family, for my team.
And finally, do you feel comfortable talking about your mental health with your loved ones and friends?
I do. At first, I wasn't, but it took a while. And as soon as I actually told my best friend back home before anyone else, and then kind of talking with my brother and family members. So once I got over the first one, I was all good about it.
So you feel now, like throughout the years with your experience with it, you've become more comfortable talking to people?
I think I've become more comfortable talking about it because I think I've grown into my own skin more than I was when I came into college, because I was expecting to just be the sort of same student and person that I was going into high school, and I think I've grown into who I really have truly become. So
I think yes. I think so much so in the way that if the person that I'm talking to is willing to, that I try to be really good about this in a lot of different avenues. I don't know a lot about it. It's something that I struggle navigating on a daily basis, just like everyone. But knowing how valuable it is and putting people with people that can handle it is kind of priority number one.
For sure.
And maybe not even, sometimes it's not necessarily even the person, but it's like encouraging somebody to talk to somebody else.
Yeah, for sure.
And of course, like the sub layer to that, like don't just go talk to a roommate, a teammate, a parent, a sibling, but talk to somebody that's not invested in you in the same way that those people, because then they're not biased.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's still I don't want to say scary, but it's still kind of a scary subject to talk about.
No, for sure.